Grace O'Malley leaving Barstool amid Brianna, Chickenfry, LaPaglia friendship breakup. After Grace O'Malley shared that her friendship with Brianna, Chickenfry, LaPaglia ended, the comedian announced that she's leaving Barstool Sports, the parent company of their former podcast Flambery. Shortly after revealing she and her childhood friend Brianna, Chickenfry, LaPaglia were ending their joint podcast Flambery due to a rift in their friendship, the 25-year-old announced that she will also be parting ways with Barstool Sports, which produced their show. "I wanted you guys to hear from me first that this is my last day at Barstool," Grace wrote in a December 16th Instagram story. "I'm so grateful to everyone at the company and to Dave for taking a chance on me." Closing out her message, she quipped, "I'm just as surprised as you are there are no typos in the statement." And while Grace didn't specify why she would no longer be working with Barstool, she previously detailed the reason for her friendship breakup with Brianna, who she alleged publicly announced the cancellation of Flambery without giving her a heads up. "We agreed to make a joint statement, so I replied, cried, and chose not to repost or say anything until it was time," Grace wrote in an Instagram story December 6th. On that same day, you might have seen Brianna post that she's working on bringing back some version of Flambery. "To give you guys the much-needed info you deserve, all I can say is that was my first time hearing about this." And the comedian alleged that Brianna's tumultuous relationship with country singer Zach Bryan, who she split with in October following 1 year of dating, was another contributing factor to their split. "This last year, I bit my tongue so much that I shouldn't even have one anymore," Grace continued. "I was willing to wait out of respect, but things don't always work out the way you think they will. In fact, they rarely do." In response, Brianna shared her own perspective on their falling out, accusing Grace of not sticking up for her when she received a slew of hate online over her comments about her breakup with Zach, which ultimately forced her to walk away from Flambery. "She knew what I was going through," Brianna said during a December 12th episode of her BFFs podcast with Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards. "I really needed her, so I couldn't do the podcast anymore because we're sitting there pretending to be friends. I didn't feel seen by her. I needed to set a boundary." In the end, she felt like she was doing Grace a favor. For a year, everyone was like, "Grace needs to leave Bri. Grace needs to do this." "So finally, I made the call," Brianna added. "I want her to succeed in everything that she does." For the complete timeline of Brianna's breakup with Zach, keep reading. No news yet. Breakup speculation was in full bloom after the internet noticed fewer couples posts than usual from Zach Bryan and Brianna. Chickenfry, LaPaglia, and commenters did not keep their suspicions to themselves. "It was a bad week," Brianna acknowledged on the October 2nd episode of Barstool Sports BFFs podcast when co-hosts Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards quizzed her about the split rumors. "It's crazy, we don't post each other for a week. It took the internet by storm. But he's going through a lot of personal stuff and I went home and just separated. We're together now and everything's okay." Meanwhile, Zach was already on Dave's naughty list for making a crack about Taylor Swift, that he apologized for, but the Barstool Sports founder and self-proclaimed king of the Swifties allowed him one pass because he was Brianna's boyfriend. Brianna LaPaglia advises not to date celebrities. Before it was publicly known that Brianna and Zach were no longer together, she advised against dating famous people during a sit-down on Haley Welch's Talk to a podcast. "I said on the BFFs podcast that I would never date anyone famous ever," Brianna noted on the episode released October 22nd, the same day the breakup news broke. "Literally never wanted to, and then it kinda just happened." She didn't know why she changed her tune, she admitted. But, Brianna continued, "I wish it. Don't date famous people." On that note, she explained, "I think it's better for the mental to not date someone famous. It's a lot," Brianna's cryptic message decoded. In an October 21st Instagram post, Brianna had shared a photo of a handwritten note detailing some pretty intense feelings. "And eventually you'll find that life goes, even if you don't want it to. The days will pass and the world will move while you ask it to stop," the message read. "You'll believe life is cruel for continuing on while your feet are stuck. You'll find people and moments to blame for your concrete feet. Then there will come a morning when you wake and realize things go on. Life isn't cruel, your feet are. The world keeps on spinning in hopes of showing you that you can as well." All was revealed the next